Good morning, everyone. I'm Valerie, and I'm so happy to see you back here today. I am joining from my living room, and today is a beautiful day, and we are going to explore the theme of chaos and what it is. And please share where you are today, what's going on with you, and then Um, as our usual practice that we do, we will go through a somatic exercise. So we'll do hand breath, and then we will do a bit of gratitude tapping with simple EFT exercises. And then we will go into bilateral drawing. So today I would love you to have any art materials that you have, a piece of paper, and obviously, you know, it's good if you have a safe space to just join and connect to yourself and attune, because every week we're doing this uh, space, we're creating this field to connect and tune ourselves to where we are. So say hello if you are here, and again, chaos. So I've chosen this as a finishing of our term 3 sessions, which we had 9 weeks of a beautiful journey. And today is the last one where we can go through the journey that we've been, the journey within, with all the interesting modalities that we've tried and how far we've gone through where we've started. And celebrate the creative process, the ability to find a space for yourself and be grateful for where you are. Last week we had a beautiful moon eclipse, and in next week we're going to have a solar eclipse. It is quite a turbulent time, and that's why I have originally when I make program for the terms, I align with the cosmic energy, with the structure of active creative method, and as I knew that it will be a bit of a turbulent times because of the energy of eclipses, the energy of equinox, the energy of solar eclipse coming in this time. It is good to find that balance and do a practice that can stabilize us. So today we're doing the chaos energy into calm and creative energy, transformation of those two. And I would like you to start by thinking, in the last 2 weeks, if you, oops, and in the last 2 weeks, if you know what's been happening, it's been a lot of things around the world happening, and it could make you very unbalanced, distracted, disruptive, and that's the energy of chaos when everything just going with no order. So, and throughout history, chaos has been more than simple disorder. Across religions, myths, and ancient civilization, chaos has often been imagined as a primordial energy from which life, order, and meaning emerge. While in modern times we may associate chaos with anxiety, unpredictability, breakdowns, and in spiritual traditions, chaos has always been revealed as the fertile source of creation. So that energy of creation when the seed is born. Um, and what happens now in the world, what unites this perspective is the recognition that the chaos is not merely a destruction, it is the ground for a new creation, for creating a new world. Ancient people saw that out of formlessness, order arises, and out of endings, new beginnings come. Out of turbulence, new patterns are born. And out of this chaos, a new way of thinking, a new way of living, experiencing, and perception of life is emerging. And that's what's happening at the moment. So let's use that chaotic energy as it is, as not a destructive or enemy for our life and our stability, but as a life that becomes a new movement, becomes a new step of seeing and transforming ourselves. And across a lot of indigenous shamanic traditions, chaos is often associated with the spirit world, wild, unpredictable, creative, full of potential, and formlessness in which we can create something. So today I would like us to first of all go through the breath work, where we dive and connect to our breath, to our body, to our rhythm of life that we hold. And then we will go into bilateral drawing. So I would like you to have your paper in front of you as usual with art materials, if you can prepare that. And then we will do a bit of tapping to connect and release whatever is needed. So if you can find a comfortable seat, comfortable space for yourself, just lean onto the chair and set yourself to settle into this space. And we'll start with heart and hand breath. So one hand, left hand, is ideal on your heart and one on your belly. And you'll start with just noticing your breath from up and down. And I will use this, my favorite tool, which I bring, to connect with your breath. So as you breathe in, as we breathe in, we expand. And as we breathe out, we contract. So that's what we're going to do today. So we will use this as the metaphor to our breath and thinking how we can focus and expand through the breath. So if you breathe in, extend your lungs, your belly, and then breathe out fully, feeling the whole body breathing out. And then continue this movement in and out. Trying to concentrate on your belly expanding fully and then breathing out slowly all the air from your belly and your chest, and then breathe in and then breathe out. And as you do it, just notice how your body extends through that process and breathe out. And notice how your belly rises and then your chest extends. And then notice how your feet are touching the ground and how your hand is touching your heart, connecting your soul to your energy. And as you continue the breathing, focus on that motion of expansion and contraction. And find your own rhythm to go in and out. And just slowly close your eyes and continue that breath, starting with your heart and then belly, and then breathe out through the belly and through the heart. Breathe in, expand, exhale, focus. Inhale into creative calm and exhale all the chaotic energy. So continue that another 3 rounds. And whenever you feel ready, just open your eyes and just settle into the space and see how does it feel now. If there's anything that came up for you, if there's anything that was brought to your attention through the breath, just notice it as it is. So we will continue with a simple tapping sequence that will attune to the gratefulness and the breath and the colors, whatever arise for you. So we'll start with just taking your hands and rubbing softly, feeling the heat in your hands, and stopping in a grateful position. And we'll start with a grateful breath that we have, saying, I am grateful for my breath. And then if you know any of your pressure points, so you can start with your own affirmation, or we'll just start with being grateful. I am grateful for my breath. And name 3 things that you're grateful for today. I'm grateful for shifting out of stress. I'm grateful to be safe. I'm grateful to have this connection. And then continue on your acupressure points. Could be your forehead. And continue saying 3 things that you're grateful for today. I'm grateful for my breath. I'm grateful for being safe. I'm grateful for connection today. So just see, make this a circle of 5. And now we're ready to do our bilateral drawing. So if you have a paper, this is one of my recent mandalas that I've done, which I love. So piece of paper, and what you're going to do, we're going to use bilateral drawing. So we're going to use both hands at once to draw mirrored lines, shapes, and spirals and circles. This activates both hemispheres of your brain, integrating chaos into the flow. I'm encouraging you to take a playful exploration and start creating chaos on the paper using both hands. So draw what chaos feels like for you. And as you do, so you can take the colors that represent chaos for you. But so in 2 hands, I will take these 2 blue chaotic colors for me today. And with 2 hands, we will start putting your hands on the paper, finding the middle point, and mirror the lines that you create. So you can start with doing the 2 lines, up and down with your breath. And then you can start going to circles. And if you feel comfortable, you can start mirroring same lines that comes up for you for the chaotic energy. This is how it comes up for me. So you do your own interpretation. And slowly with the breath, go into this practice for 3 minutes. You can even close your eyes. You can look at it, whatever feels more comfortable for you. But don't forget to breathe in and out as you do it. That's the most important part. To go through the whole body, creating the chaos, and then as you do it, creating your chaotic lines, mirroring each other. So I go into the circle movement and create a flow of wholeness. And as you do it, I would like you to finish with 1 minute of just a circle movement, mirroring each other from both ends. Taking a big deep breath while doing that. And connecting to the calm, creative flow energy for it. So as you do it, move into that calm and creative energy that feels aligned, attuned, and balanced. Yes, so please continue this exercise and move with your breath around the paper as you go through it. So draw what chaos feels like and then let the lines transform into the calm circle with a deep breath. Beautiful. And as you put it down, if you can take another piece of paper and we will go into traditional, most simple and most effective art therapy exercise. So if you can take a new piece of paper and connect to the energy that you hold today at this present moment and ask yourself, how do I feel? Is there anything that comes up for you today that needs to be brought up to the surface? And ask yourself the simple question, how do I feel today? Notice if it's in your breath, if it's in your mind, it's in your thoughts, it's something that comes up for you in your personal life, in your work life, something that bothers you that needs to be brought up to the surface today. Is it something that's been happening for a while for you that needs to be attended? And this is a space to explore it. Is it something that just arose for you from nowhere that you're not aware of while doing this? Whatever it is, let's bring it up to the surface. And I would invite you to either write it down, whatever came up for you, or draw it. So we'll start with a simple drawing and visualizing whatever comes for you today and what feelings come up with it when you when you think about it. So you can draw anything that came up for you in that moment. So whatever it is for you, if it's a situation, if it's a feeling, just use the colors and see what your hands will do by itself. Your body will allow yourself to just do it and go through whatever arises in any colors or shape or just situation. You can draw the situation if it's easier for you. Go further and expand. So this is not about creating an artwork. It's not about creating any masterpiece. It is just about projecting onto the paper what is currently happening in your life. So whatever it is, I give you time to just draw it and see how it feels and how it looks. And as you go along, just be creative in your most beautiful possible way. We are all creative. We all hold the energy of creativity within us. We were all born magical and creative and powerful. So just allow yourself to draw whatever comes up for you. And as you go into it, I would like you to ask these simple questions. So I have a situation that came up for me while we were doing this, and this is how it looked like for me. Whatever it is for you, let it come through in a simple drawing and how you feel, whatever comes, everything is welcoming. So, what feeling come up for you when you look at this image of your image, not my image? And just write down what feelings, what disturbs you most, what makes you feel comfortable. If it's the color, if it's the shape. And then if you can describe the feeling that comes up for you when you look at this artwork. Just write down the word that comes up for you. You can describe the feeling, emotion that this artwork brings up for you. And then what is going on through your mind when you created this artwork. You can write it down. And then I would ask you to find any symbolic meaning into the shapes or whatever you draw that comes to the surface as you do it. It could be any animal that usually comes up or just a symbol that arises from the image that you see and takes your attention. So if you can look at your image and find any symbolic meaning for you, just go ahead and point it out and then relate that specific symbol into the event that you are currently experiencing in your life. What does it tell you about the situation? How can it expand this situation for you? And what does it say to you now? So as you do it, we'll finalize it with what would be the message that is coming through for you today. Let's see what meaning can it bring for you. And this is a simple exercise that you can do using this video anytime you have time whatever situation comes up, just put on this video and rewatch it and see if you can be guided into the same process. So let's finalize it. If you saw any symbol or any particular message comes through, let's finalize it and write down that message for yourself, whatever it might be. So as we went through a very simple but very productive amplification practice of just connecting to your situation and using artwork to guide you to wherever is needed. This is the beautiful example of how we can create from anything and reveal a new source of meaning, a new source of understanding. And it's paradoxical that out of an image, you can create a new cosmos. Out of an image, you can create new sorts of line and new sorts of understanding and perception. So that's the beautiful energy of chaotic energy that I started this session with, that actually can bring a new way of seeing, a new way of living, a new aura for yourself beyond whatever you saw when you started this. So today I would like you to think of anything chaotic that comes into your life that makes you feel imbalanced, destructive. Please find an order into this and find how to transform that situation into new beginning of something, into new pattern that makes you feel and see differently. So as an example, if you feel, watching the news in the last, whatever happens in the world, as an example that we're all part of collective, it makes you feel unbalanced and chaotic, and turbulent and destructive and feeling unsafe. So please use that as soon as it arises for you into transforming and focusing yourself into how you can enhance your life using that energy. It's a gateway for transformation for all of us. And I recommend you to use a creative practice, breath, spiritual reflections, and create that calm, resilience, and renewal that comes from that chaos. So, from the situation that arises that we're not possibly can change in our life because it's part of the collective, how do you create a calm, creative energy for yourself and use that chaos as another stage of creation of the new world, a new understanding, a new perceptions, a new perspectives, a new aura that will come through it, a new fertile ground for something that has to arise later. And use overwhelming, stressful, fragmentation, disruption situation and convert it into the calm, creativity, whatever safety is for you, by using the creative practices. So, as a potential, we can create a bridge between these worlds and create a way how we can actually help each other to use this situation into pointing and moving us into the directions where we need to go, as a guide that helps us to see things differently. As we just created this artwork and projected whatever happens in your life situation at the moment into the creative potential, please use that same method, and you can use this video over and over again to connect yourself and create from any chaos that come into your life. So thank you for this, and I would like you to take some time and write messages to me, email me, comment on the videos, find me on Instagram, and start a discussion as what's happening currently in the world with everyone, of that huge shift that we're all going through. How can you create this into your creative calm? How can you attune yourself, and what methods is better for you? So for me, I found that creativity and art processes and somatic processes are the best way to align yourself with what's happening. So in October, as again, as on the 21st to 22nd, we have this massive event of solar eclipse and then equinox, where the light is going in and then the light is going out. Depends on where you are. So in Australia, we have a spring equinox when we started getting the light more. So this is a beautiful energy on the 21st, 22nd of September, where you can have an intention setting ritual for yourself and think of what is that I want to manifest, and use the light that comes in, the energy comes in, into what I want to bring into the next 6 months of my life. So until March 22nd. It's quite a very intense in an overwhelming time on the planet. So if you set yourself a time and find a place to think about what is the intention that you want to set and focus yourself in, by starting a new page for the next 6 months, by using the energy of the sun that will be rising and extending every day. So you can read more about equinox on the website, and I'll put a link on this video. But the equinox is actually the energy that aligns us and balances us until we reach the full sun on the 22nd of December, and then we will go into 21st of March, which will be another equinox. So you have that 6 months, which could be the most transformational 6 months of your life. If you set up that intention and you use the energy of solar eclipse, that doesn't happen. Since I'm doing this work, and we can look into astrology more. But since I'm doing this work, and I always do equinox rituals, it is a very powerful energy of the sun and the earth, where the earth is moving into the new direction. So in Australia, again, we're moving into the spring, into the harvesting, into creating energy of the sun will bring us more. On the other side, you have to be very focused, because you're going into darkness, into the winter. You have to be very focused. How do you spend your energy all this time? What's the most important for you that you want to be focused on? So those both energies, when you have a clear intention for yourself, in 6 months you'll see the harvest of what's happening, and then you restart going into the other way. So again, solar eclipse doesn't happen on the same day with equinox. This is a very rare opportunity and energy, where the solar eclipse is basically when we have this, and from all the movies and ancient civilizations, how they were treating the solar eclipses as something magical, right? Because that's the energy where we're actually blocking the sun, and everything becomes more and sin through the frame that we don't see every day. So it's like putting a filter on the light and everything comes up for you. So that could be very overwhelming feelings and energy around the planet, but it could be also beneficial if you can use that technique of transforming chaotic energy into calm and creative, and you use that creative potential that we all hold into building the intention for what you want in your life. So that is coming on the 22nd, 21st of September. So please think, you can write me messages if you want to do a ritual. I will definitely put a link to this video about the ritual that is important to do on this day. And I hope to do a live stream with very strong practice of sacred geometry, because sacred geometry aligns us with the cosmic gates. So then we're starting a new term 4 on the 11th of October, and this uh, year I'm finishing up the year with very important practice that will help us to evolve into the next stage of our life. It is the practice of mirror field. So we are going to use mirrors, and you can find this brochure on the website. So I'll put a link for the creative mirror field workshop. So this is a guide. You can download it as a PDF, and it explains about the practice that we're going to do, and then it has a schedule. So everything that's online will be happening here on this channel, and we will start with using the mirrors to connect to our true self. The whole point of this 9 weeks journey is to remember who you truly are, because we have worn so many masks. We have built our resilience through understanding the world around us, the environment, and we started putting all these masks that represent identities and characteristics of people that you need to be for the environment to survive. But with the mirror field, we're going back to who we truly are, remembering and returning to ourselves. And then we will also go through the process of identifying the masks and understanding these shadows that shaped us and being grateful for them. And then we're going into the process, which will be on the 25th of October, of writing a letter to yourself, which is remembering your child, because in your childhood, that's where we received all the programming of everything that has built us to where we are today. So we're going to do a lot of child work and realizing that who we truly are beyond what has been built on top of us, remembering that child that you always have within you. And then we will move into a lot of grounding and earthwork. So we'll go into the nature, and we'll do, if you are in Melbourne, we have on the 1st of November, we have eco nature therapy, where we will breathe the earth, we will ground, and we'll create mandala from the nature. So it's an outdoor mandala. And then the 8th of November, which is going to be online. It's a big day. It's all about belonging and integration. So we will have to use the power of wholeness, which is the circle. We will do sacred geometry and meditation on the circle, as putting this puzzle together. As I found this image, which I love, that represents how we already have this puzzle that we've created, and we just need to understand of where do we belong with that puzzle. And then we will do very beautiful practices in person, and then online on the 22nd of November, we will do the blindfold painting, which is beyond anything that you've ever experienced, because you actually have an access to talk to yourself as we continue that Miro practice and Miro field workshop. Um, it's all coming to reshaping yourself and understanding and seeing and feeling your true self through being blindfolded. So as I, have posted on my Instagram, and I was trying to engage everyone to understand the meaning of um, this alchemical path that I'm talking about. That alchemical path is not something that we are all familiar in, our daily life, but it actually what happens in transformation. It's the work that creates that process where art reveals who we truly are. And it has a very ancient alchemical stages of transformation that has been used in different civilizations. And then it has also echoed in Jungian psychology. So where we begin with the darkness, and then we go into clarity, and then we go into yellowing stage, which is the powerful of identifying, and breaking the uh, patterns, and then we're going into reddening, which is integration of everything. And it's, it's a process, and it's sometimes uncomfortable, but then it is comfortable into realization of how we can turn the shadows into the light, how we can turn pain into the wisdom, and how we can separate from who we are into the new term and the love. And same with today's theme, chaos into uh, creative calm. So how to transform this energy that comes into our civilization, into our lifetime of constant chaotic presence. How do we transform it into the calm and creative and powerful and engaging and abundance for yourself, for your life, for your presence, and understanding who you truly are, because that's the whole point of our existence, to find who we really are as human species, is why we're here. We have the consciousness, we decided to come to this earth to live, but we still a lack of purpose for ourselves on what to do in this planet, apart from destroying it and creating wars. So this is the process that we are all tapping into in, and it's enjoyable in so many ways, because you're always reborn, you're always transformed, and you have that experience of insights and aha moments. So I am welcoming you all to join me on this journey. Please, as I said, reach out on any channels and write me messages. I really want to feel that this work uh, has been seen and watched. And if you have anything you want to add to it and transform together, please reach out. Thank you, and I hope you can find your way of creative calm, and whatever it is for you, don't forget to breathe and enjoy life as it is, without any expectations. Thank you.